Hi students, today we are going to learn about one-dimensional heat equation, how to solve a problem related to the heat flow equations. So let us take a look at the problem. A rod of length L with insulated sides is initially at a uniform temperature f of x. Its ends are suddenly cooled to 0 degrees centigrade and are kept at that temperature. Find the temperature function u of x comma t. So this is the problem. Okay, now let us take a look at what is the heat flow equation. So the temperature function u of x comma t, here u is the temperature, okay, satisfies the one-dimensional heat equation is this is the heat equation. Dou E by dou T is equal to C square into dou square E by dou x square. Now solving this equation 1 by the method of separation of variables, we get the following three possible solutions. So these are the three possible solutions. U of x comma t is equal to a1 into e power px plus a2 into e power minus px into a3 into e power c square p square t, and the second one u of x comma t is equal to a4 into cos px plus a5 into sin px into a6 into e power minus c square p square t. Third one u of x comma t is equal to a7 plus a8x into a9. So out of these three solutions, we have to select the solution which suits the physical nature of the problem and the boundary conditions. So as the time increases, the temperature decreases. Okay, so that is the temperature and the time are inversely proportional. So among these three here, we can get what are the time and the time, this t, and the temperature are inversely proportional. So which is the inversely proportional? The second one. So the most possible solution here, the second one is the most possible solutions for this heat equation. It satisfies the boundary conditions and the initial conditions also. So now from the problem, the boundary and the initial conditions are, so the boundary conditions at both ends, the temperature is 0. Okay, so that is u of x comma t is equal to 0 at x is equal to 0, and u of x comma t is equal to 0 at x is equal to L for all t greater than 0. And the third one, u of x comma t is equal to f of x at t is equal to 0. So this is the initial condition. These are the two boundary conditions. The most suitable solution which satisfies the above boundary condition is the second one, u of x comma t is equal to a into cos px plus b into sin px into e power minus c square p square t. That is equation number 2. Now apply all the conditions, boundary conditions and initial conditions to get these a, b values and p also. And applying condition 1 in the equation 2, we get here, what is the condition? U of x comma t is equal to 0 at x is equal to 0. By applying this, put x is equal to 0 in this. Okay, so sin 0 is 0. A into e power minus c square p square t is equal to 0. Now from this cannot be 0. So therefore a is equal to 0. Now substitute this in equation number 2. There I will get the updated solution. U of x comma t is equal to b into sin px into e power minus c square p square t. That is equation number 3. Now applying condition 2 in equation 3 now in this. What is the condition 2? U of x comma t is equal to 0 at x is equal to L. Okay. So take x is equal to L. So there in this. Now there you will get b into sin pl into e power minus c square p square t is equal to 0. Now b cannot be 0 and e power minus c square p square t cannot be 0. Therefore sin pl is equal to 0. That is sin pl is equal to sin n pi. PL is equal to n pi. Now from this P is equal to n pi by L. Now substituting this in 3, we get u of x comma t is equal to b into sin n pi x by L into e power minus c square p square t. That is equation number 4. So this is at one point. Now the most general solution means there you will get the different solutions like this. By adding all those, you will get the most general solution. That is u of x comma t is equal to sigma n is equal to 1 to infinity bn sin n pi x by L into e power minus c square p square t. Like this equation number 5. So now applying the condition 3 in equation number 5, we get u of x comma t is equal to f of x at t is equal to 0. The initial condition. Now from 5, therefore from 5, sigma n is equal to 1 to infinity bn sin n pi x by L is equal to f of x. Okay, by putting t is equal to 0 in equation number 5, where we will get like this. Now this is to find bn, we have to find the bn. To find the bn, here it looks like the half range Fourier sine series. we use that expand f of x in a half range Fourier sine series in the interval 0, L. Therefore, f of x is equal to sigma n is equal to 1 to infinity bn sin n pi x by L. That is equation number 7. Where bn is equal to, we have the formula from the Fourier series, where bn is equal to 2 by L integral 0 to L f of x into sin n pi x by L dx. Okay. So, whatever f of x here, so depends on the f of x, we can integrate this and we can substitute in this. Substituting this value of bn in equation 5, we get the required solution. Okay. Substituting this bn value in the equation number 5, we get the required solution. I hope you understand. Thank you.